If you look at the commercial for the United States Navy, the most recent one with how nuclear reactors operators are forged by the sea, I've been very much forged by water, not necessarily the sea or the ocean. And all of my nuclear reactor teaching, forging was done here in Orlando, Naval Naval Nuclear Power School, Naval Nuclear Training School, and the that is now defunct, been closed for many years, and Naval Power Training Unit up in Windsor, Connecticut, which I believe has also been retired. I want to say Happy Veterans Day to everybody, and give you kind of a little history of what you do, what you can do once you get out of the service, what nuclear reactor operators or electronic technicians do. When I got out in 1994, I was an E5, electronics technician, petty officer second class. I was qualified shutdown reactor operator on the aircraft carrier USS George Washington, CVN 73. It was, I used, what am I trying to say? The way I live now, I've been noticing is very similar to my life on the aircraft carrier. And, as sailors, we are attracted to water. I mean, you don't join the Navy if you're not attracted to the water. But I went into nuclear power because I knew that when I got out, the future's about power. And at that point in the 80s, 1988, when I joined the service, nuclear power was the future. So that's why I went into it. I served my 6 years. I got out. And then I went to work for, at that point, the nuclear power industry was saturated, and it was very difficult to get a job on the East Coast. I was stationed in downtown Newport News in the shipyard building, and my heart goes out to all those people that work in the shipyard. I know what that's like. This jacket's from the shipyard back in those days. And then being on board the aircraft carrier. There is a life afterwards. Just remember it's just a short period of time. And my mantra during that time was a short-term loss for long-term gain. And if you stay the course and you keep towards your goals and your dreams, your 3-year plans, your 5-year plans, everything will fall in line. It took me a long time to find a place I want to call home. And I have 31 acres here in Central Florida. That is my dream place. And I hope you'll find it a dream too as I continue to make it more of our own. And it's very much, again, like being on a boat, being on a ship, being independent, self-dependent, which is what sailors and other military, my brothers and sisters in arms, are self-dependence. And on a vessel, like an aircraft carrier, there's so many inner working systems that, we all depend on each other, and there's no extra people and there's no extra room. Everything is pushed to the limits. What was my point? Well, here there's not enough manpower either, I guess is my point. And as I'm going to continue my How is Living on a Homestead Like Living on an Aircraft Carrier episodes, which I could probably do a little work on, say about the different tender vessels that we have and the different divisions that we have. And honestly, I was going to count how many paces it is to the different workstations, because I kind of remember counting the paces from my rack and berthing compartment down to the different enclosed operating stations on the aircraft carrier. It's just one of the things that us crazy. It takes a certain breed to be a nuclear reactor operator. It takes a certain breed to just join the service. Either way, again, thank you very much for everyone's service. Nuclear power. And then, of course, there are some other EOSs that are also quite as challenging, and my heart goes out to them as well. Things you have to do. But when you get out, look what's waiting for you. I used my GI Bill to get my degree. When I did get out, I got a job working for Intel Semiconductors. I worked for them since from 1995 to 2001. I built the Pentium processors, the Pentium 2, 3s, and 4s. I moved out to Portland, Oregon, and got to spend 5 years out in Portland. Amazing, amazing country, love it. But my family's on the East Coast. Everybody's on the East Coast, so I need to get back to the East Coast here and be with family. And that's what we're doing here. Is we're doing a family thing. And all my family's welcome here, and we're trying to grow the best thing for all of us to eat. Trying to eat what we grow what we eat. Also try to reduce, reuse, recycle. Try to buy local. Try to leave the world a better place every day. You know, I was in the service. You know, the military does for what people can't do or won't do. You know, we have our freedoms because of our military members out at sea right now. Remember everyone deployed. So shout out to everybody currently deployed and active. Just deployed, period. Before I got out of the service, I actually worked at the Naval Telecommunications Center in Norfolk as a mechanic on all of the shredders in the top secret facilities. So that was interesting. I get to go around, service all the top secret printers, grab all the stuff out of them, put them in top secret bags, take this van over to the incinerator and watch and make sure that all the top secret shredded material was burned. And I couldn't leave until it was all done. I had to see with my own eyes complete and utter destruction of our material. So that was an interesting land-based job. I know there's a lot of land-based jobs. And while you're landside, one of the things that I did was you can go, and I don't know if they do it anymore. Back in those days, I mean, it's been, 94, 2004, 2014, 2024. It's been 31 years since I got out. A lot of things have changed. But a lot hasn't either. You know, I'm still serving the community. I still strive to do for others what they can't or won't do for themselves. For whatever reason, I'm glad to be able to do for those. So there are certain things that we really can grow here in Marigolds. And oh my gosh. So you can see I still have a love of water over there. My parts department, you can see, is my jet ski and my boat. And you know what? This is getting kind of long, so I should probably pinch it off and make it into a part 2. But point is, what do nuclear reactor operators do? Well, I hope we do whatever we want. Within reason, as long as it helps others. And I hope you can do that too in your life. And I hope you enjoy my content, and I hope to see you in more videos. Happy Veterans Day, everybody out there, all my brothers in arms. Hope to see you in another video. Love you later, bye.